Welcome to the Mecca of Mastery TV. I am your host, Mecca. If it is your mission to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life, you're in the right place. In this episode of Mecca Mastery TV, we are speaking about personal and spiritual development. And the topic of this video is what is really happening when you're at a low point in life. Let's get straight into the video. There comes a time in our lives when we feel like gravity, like we're trying to go one way, but life is pulling us in another way. It's like you're trying to go up, but something is pulling you down. You always feel as if everything is dark, like you have no control over yourself. You are searching for something. You are trying to get out of something. You are trying to move forward. You are just trying and trying and trying, and you feel like you step up 9 times and you get kicked back down 20 times, and you don't know why. You feel, I'm at this low place, I cannot get up, it's dark, no hope. You just feel hopeless. This is what happened to all of us, and this have happened to me. For example, I was at a place in my life after 7 years of dancing in the strip club where I was going in of something I was doing for so long in life. I just cannot stomach it anymore. I will go in the club and I will feel nervous. It will feel as if somebody literally stabbed me in my womb. Literally. I would drive up to the club and I would look and see the lights and my stomach would cringe. I would cringe and I will get there. My bills is due. My mama need money. I have to help sister out. I have to pay for school. And I can't even move. I can't fix my mouth to ask a guy for a dance. I just can't move. It was something in me. At a low place, I was at a very low place in life, and I didn't understand it. But that was the moment that changed my whole life, because I decided to look into that moment. And when I looked into that moment and said, what does this mean? And I took action on that moment. That is what set me up to move forward and to get out of that low place. See, what happens is, when we're at a low place in our life, and we feel like, there's just no hope, what's really happening is that there's a transformation that's taking place. Where you are right now in your life, it feels like things are shaking up, and there's a reason, because there's something that's inside of you that is ready to grow. The universe has been answering the questions that you have been asking. And it comes that moment in life where you've been praying for so long, you've been wishing for something for so long, and it starts to happen. But it doesn't happen the way we think it's going to happen. For example, we'll wish for a better car. We'll wish for a new job. We'll wish for a better relationship. We'll wish for a better body. We'll just wish for better for ourselves. But the thing is, we don't realize that when we wish for something better, it's not as easy as we think it is. Success is not like this, and growth is not like this. It's not a straight line. It doesn't just go all the way up. We think when we wish or pray for something that it's just going to just be life. You wake up one day and then you get that call from that job, and then it's all over, and you're leaving this other shitty job and you're just going and you're excelling. It's not like that. When you wish for something that you want, or you pray for something better in your life, what usually happens is it's a damn storm. Things get worse before they get better. And this is where people fail at. This is where they quit, because they're not realizing that is called the transformation. What happens is you have to become something more to get something better in your life. This is the point in your life when you are really down and it feels like things are falling out of place, like everything is just all out of alignment. It does not mean that things are out of place. What's really happening is that your puzzle and the pieces are being broken down and moved out all around in your life so you can put together the puzzle with the new perspective and the new picture. And what I mean by this is, where you are currently in your life is one level. Let's think of this being 12 steps. You're probably at step 5. So how do you think, for you to get to step 7, that you are going to move to step 7, doing the same things in your life that you are doing today? It's not possible. And we really think that. We really think that. In life, we're going to grow from doing everything that we are doing at the moment in life. And it just doesn't work like that. So when you're at that low point, The universe is trying to move you so you can make transformations in your life. And when you get low, it's at that moment where you start to realize all the things that you have been doing wrong, the mistakes that you have been making. That is not the time for you to get discouraged. That is the time for you to gain courage. So you look at those things and you can say, this is where I went wrong. This is why I went wrong. And this is the mistakes I learned from. And this is what I'm going to do next time to avoid that. That is when you become better, because you grow and you learn more down. Because you see, you're able to look down at yourself and there's nobody but you. When you are at a low point, it's a good thing, because everything feels like it's all breaking loose. And that's the time. That is the time where you have to pay attention, where you can really see in yourself what is it that you've really been doing, how you really been living, so it's clear to you. Because in order for you to move to another level in your life and to make a transformation, something has to change. You can't go from an employee to a business owner doing with the same characteristics that you had. See, employees scroll on social media all day. Business owners, they're on social media, but theirs are more managed. An employee, that's why they're employee. So if you said to yourself, I want to be the owner, you can't have the luxury of scrolling for 5 hours on social media. Maybe you just go and tap in twice a day for 20 minutes as the business owner. But it's something that's going to have to change. And then you're going to have to come to a point where you realize that that has to change. You see how that, I'm using social media as an example, but I don't know where that came from, but this is the example. It's when you're at that low place, it's not that things are going wrong. That's the time that you really have to dig deep and within yourself. The Creator said, listen, you said you wanted a better job, but I'm going to put you down. I'm going to make you lose your ego first so you can look into yourself. Because new levels, you will have new devils. So I need to prepare you to move forward. So you can't keep doing the same mess that you're doing now in your life. You have to pick up new ways of doing things. You need to do things a little better, a little smarter, be more proactive, manage your time better, wake up a little earlier, do things a different way. So when things feel like hell is all breaking loose or things are falling apart, they have to. You have to make things fall apart so you can put them back together in a different puzzle. For example, I used to be an exotic dancer. When I woke up every day, I would wake up, I would get in the bathtub, and I would put my makeup on, and I would turn the music on, and I would go to Benihana's, and I would go sit at Starbucks, and then I would go to the beach and go to work, right? That's what I used to do. But I wanted more for my life. I wanted to do this. I wanted to become a coach. I wanted to motivate people. I wanted to do motivational speaker, become an author. So I had to change the way my days were planned. I had to change how I was going throughout my life. So everything broke loose. Everything fell apart. So I was able to pick them back up and put them back in places where I wanted them to go. And also at this moment, you can always leave something where it's at. You don't have to pick it back up. Everything falls out of place out of your life. You lose control of everything. So you can say, do I need that? Do I need that? Do I need this? Because there are some things in your life at the moment that you do not need, that is not required for you to move to the next level, to where you want to be. So at that moment in my life, when I decided that I wanted to stop being an exotic dancer, I needed to change the way I did things. If I wanted to be this wellness coach, if I wanted to be this, a motivational speaker, this author, I have to wake up and do things differently. I couldn't wake up and just go right to putting on makeup. I had to wake up and say, now I have to plan my day. I have to quiet my mind. I have to feed my body. Then I have to study. Then I have to work on my plan. Then I have to put on my makeup. And then some things, I just decided I didn't have to do it all because it was no longer serving me where I wanted to be. So sometimes where you are right now, the things that you are doing will not serve the person that you need to become. So hell yeah, it needs to break loose. Thank God for it breaking loose. Thank God for everything falling out of place. So you can look and say, I need that, but I don't need that. And the things that you don't need, you fill those spots up with the things that you will need to become who you need to become. This is called the transformation stage. Well, you have to transform. It's just like when the butterfly was once a caterpillar. The caterpillar had to go in his cocoon and figure out what it is that he needed. He didn't need all 16 of those legs. He had to get rid of them in order to grow those wings and fly. So when it feels like all hell is breaking loose and you're at a low place in your life, it's not because life is going against you. Life is trying to wake you up and push you forward. It's up to you to do your part. Your job is to look at yourself and decide and choose what it is that you need and what it is that you don't need and what you need to gain to move to the next level. And the key in this process is to be patient with your heart while you're healing. Because this is a healing process. Because while you're going along your journey becoming more, you are still learning. You are still healing some parts of you that you just left behind. Those parts are healed. You be patient with that. And you pick up these new things and you start to be patient with living in a new way of life. Because if you want to get to that point that you want to be at in your life, you have to see that I can get there. I can get there. But you know, it's going to take some patience because you're going to transform into it. It's going to take you having to say to yourself, look, I have to let that go. And I have to learn to accept this. Learn to accept this. Because what you let go, you were so used to. You were so used to it. It was like second nature. It was a habit. It was like you didn't have to think about it. It was automatic. So now you have these things in your life, new things that are required for you to do to become the person that you need to become. This new person had different requirements than this person here. So if you're this person here and you're trying to make it to this person here, it's along these lines right here, it's so much that needs to happen, so much that needs to be done. What is it that you need to do? So hell yes, thank you, Creator, for letting things break loose, everything fall out of place in my life. Because when they fall out of place, that is your opportunity to put them in the right places that they need to be so you can become who you want to become. And I want to help you with this. I'm offering one-on-one coaching. If you are wanting to become the greatest version of yourself and the master of your life, email me at meccabookings@gmail.com. And the book that I highly recommend is The Wizard of Us by Jean Houston. This book is amazing because what she does is she gives a story based on The Wizard of Oz. And that story is about Dorothy as she's going along the yellow brick road looking for something. And she has all her allies with her, the Tin Man, the Straw Man, and all of these characters believe that they are searching for something, that they are going to get something that they feel like they need so they can be whole. And along that journey, they feel like everything is breaking loose. So they're going to the wizard to be able to get something granted to them that they feel like that they need to become whole. But they will realize once they get to the wizard tells them that everything that they needed was already within themselves. And while all the hell was breaking loose, that was the moment that they were becoming who they really needed to become. It is in those moments when we are at our lowest points in life that we become our greatest selves. But that's when you have to pay attention to who you really are. What is that voice inside of you really saying? What direction do you need to go in from there? I hope you love this video. Share this with somebody because we all know that sharing is caring. And we always say here at Mecca Mastery TV, we encourage you to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life. So you go out into the world and you kick a whole lot of action. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything because you can do whatever you put your mind to. I'm sending my love, my peace, and gratitude your way. Until next time, I see you in the next episode.